guys, it's Jayma Malmy, and today I'm going to be using the Happiest Place collection to create something that is really cute but not Disney or amusement park themed at all. I wanted to give you a quick look at this collection if you haven't seen it yet. I did an unboxing of this with some close-ups, so you can go check that out. I will link that here in the corner. But look at all of those fun colors. Perfect for if you do have Disney things to scrapbook or want to make Disney cards or anything else. And then there is this amazing cardstock pack that has the foiled stars and stripes on it as well. And I am going to actually just pull out this white one right here. And I'm going to be making some nursery decor. So I've got this chipboard monogram letter right here, which is from close to my heart, and this is the first initial of my cousin's baby's name. So I'm going to be decorating this for her with some flowers that I cut on my Cricut in the colors that match her nursery. So I'm going to use this awesome foiled paper, which I'm sure you'll get some more looks of all that shine as I'm working, but just wanted to show you how amazing that is. It's not just foil, it's holographic. So look at that shine. It is amazing in person. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how I decorate this for her room. I'm going to start out with the flowers. I'm going to assemble this 3D flower here for you. So this is from the Artiste collection. The other flowers are from Art Philosophy and Flower Market, which are all close to my heart Cricut collections. And I'm going to ink around the edges with this blending brush, which gives it a little bit of extra dimension. And I'm going to do both sides before I roll it up. And when I roll it up, I like to start with that little tail on the right side, and I give it a start with this piercing tool and wrap it around tight. Once I get that kind of going and started and I can roll it on my own, then I take that out and I just roll it the rest of the way with my fingers, which are getting quite inky, by the way, because I inked the edges of this flower. Once I get to the end, I like to kind of loosen it up, let go, and it loosens just a little bit, and then I add hot glue onto the base. Make sure you get the center and around the edges so it sticks really well, and I then hold it down, and it dries very quickly with the hot glue, which is perfectly safe to use on your paper and holds really well. Then I didn't want that white core of the paper showing on the top of the flower, so I took this little brush and inked around the top as well, which worked really well with the bristles being able to kind of fit down in the center there and in all the nooks and crannies. And there we have our finished flower. So both of those are from the Artiste collection, and my camera stopped after I filmed this one flower for some reason, so I don't have assembling the rest of them, but I do have another video where I assembled the Gerber daisy and the poppy, and I will link to that right up in the corner for you to check out how to roll those up. So now we're going to go on to covering this chipboard. It's super easy. I turned the chipboard upside down, turned the paper upside down, and I'm tracing it onto the back. Make sure you turn the chipboard upside down when you're doing this. And then I'm going to trim it out. And I'm trimming just inside that pencil line to make sure it's a nice tight fit onto the chipboard. It was super easy to do and didn't take much time. So then once I cut this out, I decided that I wanted the letter to pop just a little bit more, and I wanted to ink around the edges. I didn't know if I wanted to do the smoothie or the sapphire, so I did a little test on the scrap paper for both of those colors and held it up to see which one I liked best, and also to see if I liked the inking at all, or if I wanted to leave it plain. So I tested both of those and I ended up liking the sapphire. I went with that because the nursery, the prominent color is navy blue, and so I wanted to have a little bit more of a pop of navy blue since the flowers are mostly coral. So I went ahead and blended around the edges with the sapphire ink, And this helps to hide any imperfections from when you cut. And also I will be adding a little bit of ink on the chipboard as well. So it helps to blend the paper covering and the chipboard together in case they're not quite flush all the way around, which mine wasn't in a couple of parts. So making sure it's all lined up here, and then I'm going to adhere it on. So to adhere it on, I added some really strong adhesive. This Scotch ATG is very strong adhesive, so I did that around the edges and in the centers, and it sticks really well to the chipboard. And then to give it even more strength, I added some liquid glue around the very edge just to make sure that it would go all the way to the edge of the paper and wouldn't ruffle up on the recipient over time, especially since this is going to be going in a baby's room who will turn into a toddler and preschooler and probably get a hold of it and hopefully not mess up the flowers. But this will also help it from not ruffling up the edges over time. By the way, this project is part of a video collaboration with the creative design team. We are all coming up with creative ways to use the new Happiest Place collection. So be sure to check out everybody else's videos, which are linked down in the description below. If you're on a mobile device, hit that little triangle below the video and hit see more in the description to see all of the links. And if you stick around to the end, I'm also sharing a card that I made using the Happiest Place collection in the more traditional bright colors that are part of that collection. So now here comes the fun part of this project, assembling all of the flowers and placing them in just the right spots. So I am placing all of the leaves and the flowers. So the top left flower, by the way, is a rose from the Flower Market collection. Below that is the poppy from the Flower Market collection. The navy blue one up at the top is from Art Philosophy. That's another rolled flower. And then the two rolled flowers below are the ones I showed earlier. And then that Gerber daisy that I just put down is also from the Flower Market collection, which has lots of beautiful flowers. There are also some great flowers in the Stitched Together collection, which is a newer mini collection that came out a few months ago. And that's where all of the multiple leaves are from. But I wanted to use more 3D flowers than what is in that collection. So the multi-leaves are from Stitched Together, and then that one single leaf right here is from Flower Market. It goes with the rose, I believe. So I like that one. It's a great one to use on multiple projects. It's got a little bit of interest and it's easy to cut, and you can just kind of stick it anywhere. All right, so as I'm gluing these down, I like to use hot glue, and I'm just kind of lifting the leaves up and sticking some glue underneath it. If you are someone who likes to move your things around, which a lot of times I do, I don't suggest using hot glue because once you place it, it's pretty much stuck there. So if you're going to use hot glue, which I do like because it dries really fast and it holds really well, but you want to make sure you know where your things are going to be staying. So that leaf there on the top right, I glued a little bit too far out, so I glued another portion of a leaf right closer to the flower there. And then I decided that I needed another leaf up in the top corner, and I had a bunch of other ones cut out that I hadn't used, so I was auditioning which one I wanted to have placed there. Don't be afraid to cut your leaves if you've got these long ones, like I'm doing here. I ended up not using that and ended up going with the single leaf. But you can always trim your leaves back and just use portions of them. I was also trying to be mindful of the fact that I didn't want a really delicate leaf kind of hanging off the edge there, since this will go in a child's room. So another reason why I opted for this single leaf right here, which will stay. By the way, the center of the poppy and the Gerber daisy were cut in dark gray, and then I went over them with my sapphire shimmer brush to make them blend better with the sapphire colors I used. In real life, they're supposed to be black, but the sapphire looks almost black, and then it works well with the rest of the design and adds that beautiful shimmer that you see there. All of the petals of the flowers were inked with the ink brush, and they're just beautiful. All of that lovely dimension looks so pretty, and that shine. Okay, so here is the card I made using the Happiest Place collection in the more traditional colors of this collection. I decided to do a fun slimline card. So the process video will be coming at a later date, but wanted to give you a little peek at that. Be sure to check out the rest of the creative design team's projects in the links below. Thanks so much for watching today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to be sure you see new videos when they're released. Thanks for watching and have a great day.